Welcome back to the live stream. It's your boy Francis Talks NSS. We are officially back onto it. We left for like a minute of it. We didn't really miss the reaction to the Tua draft pick, other than the fact that watching it is pretty much all they're talking about all the injuries that they had, which is not a good. I don't know. Seems like I know that's a bit of a problem, but let the guy enjoy the fact that he just got drafted. That will also be pretty good for him in a sense. So what we were doing before, we're doing a live, some little bit of some live predictions for it. Tua went to the Miami Dolphins. He's gonna have to deal. Well, he's gonna have to deal with a lot of it in there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, let me see something real quick when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. Like, I want to see how many sacks. First of all, I want to see how many sacks they allowed last season. And for the reason why is because you're bringing in that player that may or may not be injury prone, which pretty much means that if he takes too many hits, he could go down. I mean, we're talking about the best of the best when it comes to the NFL, and we want to make sure that you're probably keeping your players somewhat safe. Looking at the stats from last year, the Miami Dolphins allowed 58 sacks, and that does not sound like a little bit of sacks. That sounds like a lot of sacks. That between Fitzmagic, um, Josh Rosen, Fitzmagic did 40 sacks, Josh Rosen to 16, and yeah, it is not. It doesn't look pretty on anybody, and doesn't look pretty on anything really quick. But the Dolphins, I'm pretty sure they're going to do the best that they can in for it. And let me just put it right here. I'm texting. I'm just sharing the new live stream. And pretty much, thank you guys for joining the live stream. Like I said, like I said, we're just chilling it out. We're watching the live draft pick. The Chargers are on the clock right now. And if you guys are just joining right now, I can give you guys a bit of a draft recap into it. Joe Burrow was chosen first, then it was Chase Young, Jeff Okuda, Andrew Thomas, and Tua went fifth to the Miami Dolphins. We're still questioning. We still have a lot of questions about the Giants pick, but at the same time, no, we still have a lot of questions about the Giants pick. Like, we don't even know what's going on with them. But whatever, it happens. And real quick, let me just share the drive real quick. Share the live real quick. Da 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 da. And put it on his Facebook too. It's funny how they have like who is it? Chris Morris, like I don't like I want. I mean, I don't want any player to do bad, and I also want I like when the players like get to enjoy it. It looks like the Tua family is feeling checking out right now and going back to like having dinner, which is it's sometimes way more interesting than seeing who else gets drafted after him, or maybe some doctor keep talking to him about how many like injuries he had, or even worse, some guy on live stream saying that the Miami Dolphins already allow 58 sacks, and we're wishing him the best still. Tua, I still think that Tua is a way better pick than Andrew Thomas though, so whatever. Um, all right, let's see. The Chargers are on the board. Uh oh. Let's see. So the best fit for the Chargers is Jerry Judy, who's a wide receiver. I don't agree with that. I don't think the Chargers. Let me see. Let me put them up real quick. Let me just make sure before. I don't know. Derek Brown, defensive tackle, and Jerry Judy are the best. The best fit is Jerry Judy. The best available player right now is Derek Brown. I think Derek Brown was supposed to go a little bit higher in the draft, but now we're gonna find out, see what happens. Into it. And what happened? I think my thing just like did it froze. I mean, they do have No, the thing about the Chargers is like they had a really good thing going on with Eckler and Melvin Gordon, like separately in a sense, but it just kind of never really played out playing together. And you just wonders like how deep into rebuilding are they going to go? Or maybe they just take a year off. But still, when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to it, I mean the Chargers still have 7 picks, the Dolphins still have 7 picks. It should be pretty exciting into it. All right, let's take a look at this right now. The pick is in. The pick is officially in for the Chargers, and let's see what's going on into it, dude. I'm tired. They should have somebody else like just announce the pick. The Los Angeles Chargers select. The Chargers pick a QB, Justin Herbert, to the Chargers. Pretty excited about this. Honestly, I think this is a pretty good pick. This is a bit of a surprising pick for the Chargers. But this guy, I think it's a pretty good pick for the Chargers. I mean, he's going to go in there and be expected to start. Philip Rivers is long gone. His whole history is long gone. And I'm pretty sure with Tyrod Taylor, I don't think that. I think Tyrod Taylor is going to be more of a mentor role when it comes to this team in a sense for it. Congratulations to Justin Herbert. Um, Getting into it. I wonder if like whenever they look at like I'm pretty sure they also compare this, but like Marcus Mariota could be like watching this draft and be like, remember when I got picked from Oregon, and maybe how much do they compare this guy to him? And damn, speaking of Marcus Mariota, another QB that came out of Oregon, has he signed somewhere yet? I don't think he has signed. Um, oh yeah, he did sign. He did. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm tripping. Marcus Mariota signed to the Las Vegas Raiders for that banging contract to put some more pressure into it. I don't even know what that was about. Like I don't know. I must be tripping for real. My bad. My bad. That's my bad. My bad. You know what? I'll take a drink for that one. The life's gonna go. Depending on how long the life goes, it's gonna go for maybe like after the first 10 rounds, maybe the first 10 picks. Really depends on. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna be here for the full round because I got things to do, and by things to do, I mean I gotta finish my laundry, I gotta do some homework, I gotta do some other things. But it should be pretty good, pretty fun so far. I like the Justin Herbert. I wonder if who's going to be the starter. If it's going to be Herbert, or is going to leave Tyrod Taylor into it for a little bit longer. I think I want to say I would definitely. I mean, look at what look at what the Browns did last year with having Tyrod Taylor in as a backup. And I just think that Taylor, like, I'm not saying that he's past his prime, or maybe he lost his moment, and I don't think he's going to be able to get it back anytime soon, unless they really want to give. I don't know. It's really hard to decide for it. I mean, he does have weapons offensively when it comes to the wide receivers. I mean, Keenan Allen's a beast. It doesn't matter who's throwing it to him, and as long as Mike Williams is healthy and playing, he also have like plenty of targets to go to. I do think that the Chargers did the right thing moving away from Philip Rivers, not just because of age, but at the same time, it's like it wasn't going anywhere. Like, how long are we going to like try something that does not work out? We've been doing the over and under when it came to the over and under when it came to the teams. Let's see how many wins did the see. Okay, so the Chargers had 5 wins last year. What's the over and under for the Chargers? We got over 5 wins, under 5 wins. What do you guys think? Make sure you guys leave a comment on it and let me know. Pretty good draft so far. The live stream is being a little weird. I had to like reset it. So for you guys, you seem to start into it. Doing commercial right now. Come on, put it back to. And YouTube TV may have just crashed, which is pretty exciting. let's see, just reset it. Oh, I didn't do what I wanted to. But still, I got it on ESPN. I got it everywhere. The pick for the Carolina Panthers is officially, they are officially into it right now. The pick is in, and I'm resetting my YouTube TV, see if it lets me like log back into it, so that way I can be able to get it. Come on, YouTube TV, start working. I'm live on YouTube watching YouTube TV. Talk about YouTube making way more money of me than I'm making it of it. Still commercials into it, so I'm guessing they're not gonna. I know they have the pick is in, but at the same time they don't have like anything else into it. Still pretty exciting so far. I really like, it's a bit of a surprising pick that Justin Herbert went to the Chargers, but at the same time I do think that he's going into a good situation. He has quality running backs, he has quality receivers, so I would definitely expect him to start day one over Tyrod Taylor and just kind of go on with it and try to kill it as much as he could. And I'm just sharing the stream right now. Thanks guys for everybody who's watching the stream and hopping into it. It may seem like there's not a lot of action, but I got a lot of people texting me and they tell me everything's looking pretty good for it. Sorry if I like zone out. I'm typing a little bit. I'm making notes for my reaction to the reaction video on some different things for it. And so it should be pretty exciting. Like I said, it's still in commercials, which is not that exciting, but it should be okay though. And all right, man. Wow. I wonder how much of an I mean on the over and under for the Chargers, like if they do put him like on a chance. Oh, back to real quick, just we missed Tua. Should what if Tua sits year one? Should Tua sit year one? I wonder about that for a little bit. I mean, just let them get healthy. I mean, they may not even make the playoffs anyways. They don't have that type of roster to make the playoffs. But what if more like why didn't you just let them experience a game? Give him time. There's nothing wrong with that. Patrick Mahomes sat his first year behind Alex Smith with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he took him to a Super Bowl, won him the championship. That is really what you want into it. And I think they're back into it. I think they're doing the little talking thing. Let me unmute it for a minute. Uh oh. See, shout out to Matt Rule for dressing up to the draft. Honestly, I did not dress up to the draft. I don't dress up for anything, but he's wearing a suit and everything else. So props to him. The pick is in. What are the expectations for the Carolina Panthers, by the way? They're going to have a new QB. Well, not necessarily a new QB, but they have new coach in. But let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. It's going to be pretty exciting to see Carolina Panthers. I think it'll be really hard to replace Cam Newton overall. Let's see it, Roger Goodell. Derek Brown to the Carolina Panthers. It's a safe pick. Derek Brown to it is a safe pick. I like that. I like the fact that it's a safe pick. And there's nothing wrong with a safe pick. I'll put it in the chat as well. And let's see how the Carolina Panthers did stats-wise last year. The Carolina Panthers went 5-11. Not too but think about it. They had to deal with the whole Cam Newton injury. He wasn't 100% half of the time. I do like the Panthers, but at the same time, ever since they had that almost perfect season and lost the Super Bowl, these things were never the same. Kyle Allen should be coming back into it. I want to close that right here real quick. It should be pretty exciting. I mean, I still think that still, like, when it comes to the Panthers, like, who's going to be like their number one draft? Who's going to be their number one wide receiver? That's another good question that you like try to answer that at some point in time. And I'm trying to. I mean, if this is the best of sports that we can get right now, I'm actually not complaining about it right now. Some people, I do miss like mostly basketball because it's basketball, and we should be in the NBA playoffs right now, and in which should be everybody should be like loving it right now. Welcome to the stream. I think we just had somebody to jump into it, and as of right now, I'm clicking through the NFL.com website, and I'm just looking for stats for the Carolina Panthers from last year. See if we can get some depth into it as well. All right, so the Panthers are into it. They're giving the highlights of this kid. He's pretty good. Definitely, like, it's a safe pick, and that is always a good thing. I like teams that make the safe pick when it's not a right pick. The Giants, I'm not saying they made the wrong pick, but I'm saying they could have made a better pick. Next is going to be the Arizona Cardinals. In my opinion, the Arizona Cardinals, they must be pretty hype about the season. They must be super duper hype about the season. Like, they got a brand new wide receiver. Kyler Murray is a beast. Isaiah Simmons still on the table, which is pretty surprising. Did not see that happening so far, but maybe he was too cocky in his interview. Maybe he was just like way too cocky in his interview, saying that like his whole like his when he went on to say about his skill set, which is nothing wrong with that. Like, you should be cocky about your position. I mean, you're trying to get drafted to the NFL, and so I'm looking at the wide receivers right now for at least what they had last year. For Robbie Anderson signed with the Carolina Panthers. That's a pretty good sign of sign to it. Huh. I was not aware that Robbie Anderson actually signed with them with DJ Moore. So he's gonna give him some pretty good weapons then. He's gonna definitely give him some pretty good weapons into it. The Panthers have 8 picks, and they should be pretty good for it. All right, let's get back to this draft. So the Cardinals are about to pick. The pick is in. Let's see. Do they go to help out that defense, or do they just keep drafting offensive weapons? Or maybe even bring in like a backup running back for Drake, or another wide receiver. Like, there's not a wrong answer. There's not a wrong answer for them right now at all. All right, here we go. Yep, we get it to the 8th pick. Come on. 2020. The Cardinals are going to select Isaiah Simmons. So they went defensively. That's pretty good. That is a good pick for the Cardinals. The Cardinals just got way better. I think this is going to be a pretty good underrated team when it comes to it. And I'm happy that he went to it. I'm happy that he's so versatile. I like the fact that he was talking kind of a lot of smack into it. Actually, we may just go live to see the Eagles pick, or maybe the first 2020. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's been pretty fun so far, and we got a couple likes into that, so it was good. So Simmons, linebacker, but this guy, he can play everything into it, and I give the guy props for that, for being able to be so versatile as a football player. That is definitely some pretty good things into it for it. Should be pretty exciting to watch this guy play. Also a starter for a day one starter for this team, for the Cardinals. Now the Cardinals were 5-10 last year, and they had that tie. Are we expecting? So what's the over and under for the Arizona Cardinals? Are we thinking that they're going to go over the 5 wins? We're going to thinking like, I don't know, 8-8, since we don't have that 17-game season yet. And by the way, the Jackson Jaguars are officially on the clock into it. And I don't know. I like this kid. He's fast. He can drop into coverage. He can read the pass. He's a pass rusher. He can read the run. He can do everything. Like, why wouldn't you like this guy? Like, there's not a reason why you wouldn't like him. I'm surprised he fell this low. But at the same time, when you're looking at like the other drafts into it, like the at least the first three draft picks that were all pretty set on their guy. Like Joe Burrow was set, Chase Young was set. I'm still picking Isaiah Simmons to be a bit of an underdog and maybe be able to use that. And I'm hoping that he has a pretty good shot, especially playing for the Cardinals. He has a good shot to give Chase Young a run for his money when it comes to Defensive Player of the Year, and see if he could do what Joey Bosa did, which I posted on that on Nonsense Sports. But everything else should be looking pretty good for it. I think that was that's a really good pick. I did not see the Chargers picking Justin Herbert though. I'm still baffled. I'm kind of baffled by that pick, but at the same time, I'm not. I'm baffled by it because actually it makes sense, but at the same time, nobody. I haven't really been paying much attention to the Chargers, mostly because of the Chargers, and I was in the Jackson. I mean, he looks pretty confident he's going to be able to play for him. He's going to a young team. I think it helps. I think it helps like young players going to team with other younger players because that way they can develop together. I mean, we're going to see Kyler Murray go into it. DeAndre Hopkins is still he's not just a veteran, but he's still like a pretty elite and young guy in the league itself. Larry Fitzgerald's going to take all these guys under his wing, and he's going to like make them into like all beasts into it. So I'm going to pause the draft on YouTube TV because we're going back to commercials, and I'd rather listen to myself than listen to commercials. For those of you in the live or maybe like on the playback as well, let me know who has been your most surprising pick so far. And other than that, everything should be looking pretty good, pretty exciting for it. The Jackson Jaguars, their pick is in for them. How much do you guys believe in Gardner Minshew like being like as good as some teams make him seem like to be? Is Gardner Minshew the real thing? Is he the real deal for in the NFL? Is he the real deal? Maybe it's another question that we should be asking. Like, what are the expectations for Minshew? Like, he came out of nowhere. His style, his mustache, it was all pretty legit into it. He played really good for the. For what he was given, he did pretty good. But at the same time, like the Jags were having kind of a lot of issues as the season went on, but the season should be a little bit better. This season, they should be some whatever like dramatic concept was going on back then is not happening now, which should create a bit of confidence when it comes to the overall team performance as well. Like nobody wants to be in a situation in which there's a lot of drama going on and you have a job to go out and do. So let's see what the Jags should be able to do, and let's see. Show me the QBs. I hate it how NFL puts them out for it. Whenever I look at the roster, like I want to see roster by the importance of me. So I want to see who is their current quarterback. I should have Gardner Minshew and Joshua Dobbs. I don't think there's a chance of Dobbs starting, but hey, whatever, man. It should be pretty exciting to see what they do. They're also, when it comes to like their wide receivers, D.D. Westbrook is right now is their best receiver, but at the same time, they need some help there as well. They haven't really made any signings. Who knows? They might even like go out and try to sign like a big free agent. I'm not big on the Jags, so I can't really tell you much about them. But at the same time, I mean, they were fun to watch when Blake Bortles was there, and they were just kept hiding him, and people were just surprised that they kept hiding him. Like Blake Bortles, I don't think was ever a good quarterback, and I love talking to the Jags fans that were big on Bortles and how he was such an elite quarterback. And drop a comment if you know where Blake Bortles is in the league right now. Just out there, I'm pretty sure he's probably still like a free agent, unfortunately. Which I don't know. Maybe he should get a second chance. Maybe he should be like go and talk to the Giants free agency and see if they'll give him a shot to back up Daniel Jones. But at the same time, hey, congratulations. Let's see here. Is it back away from commercials? Oh, man, they have so many commercials into it. And let's go back until we see what they do. The NFL draft from April 23rd to the 25th. And always want to thank all the first responders into it. I'm doing it. I'm not just doing it because they're like doing it right now on the job on the thing for it, but it's a bit of a good reminder for. I'm happy that they keeping the focus on like the overall health of everybody in the world right now, and I think that's a pretty good unselfish mentality from I don't know from the world in a sense. So as of right now, I'll give you guys a quick recap of everybody that has been drafted so far: Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Jeff Okuda, Andrew Thomas. We're still going to question that pick till something happens into it. Tua went fifth, of course. Justin Herbert, Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons, and the Jacks are on the table right now, or they're on the clock right now. And if anybody else is following some of my drafts, some people had Jeff Okuda, them picking Jeff Okuda, and it's not happening anymore. Jerry Judy looks like the best available player for as a wide receiver, which I wouldn't necessarily blame them because they need somebody that Michigan can throw the ball to. And what's up with the Jags shopping out there Leonard Fournette? It's like, do they not believe in the guy that they were all in a couple of years ago? But who knows? Let's see. The pick is in. The official pick is in for the Jags. Let's see what they do. And da-dum. All right, Commissioner. Jags Nation into it. Let's see who they pick. C.J. Henderson, huh? That's good. So they're replacing the position for Jalen Ramsey pretty much. That's what it looks like. He looks like he's like. At least it looks like he's having fun into it whenever the draft's into it. Props for him. I don't. Okay, real quick, we'll do the over and under for the Jacks as well, just like we did with the teams. The Jacks last year they were 6-10. What's the over and under so far for the Jags? Over 6, under 6. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna take the under, and not just because of the draft pick. I just don't think that team has what it takes to, I don't know, play football at a high caliber level. But at least they got, you know who must be happy? The boys at KJ Reaction, he must be pretty happy getting a guy from Florida getting picked into it. He should be able to provide like some good. He should be able to make an impact, especially because it's a position they're filling out right now, especially like the moves they made last year. But it's the Jags, so we'll see what they do. I still think they have more concerns. I do think they went with a pretty safe pick, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's always good to go with a safe pick. The Browns are on the clock right now. If we have any Browns fans on the live stream, does anybody know the situation with OBJ? And I'm gonna Google it right now since there's really nobody in the live anyway, so I might as well. I'm sure you guys won't mind if I hop into like Google and see how the situation is going for it. And right now we're at pick number 9, going to pick 10. And I don't think okay, so when it comes to the draft, I want to see the Philly pick, and that's really about the last pick that I want to see because I'm looking at the pick, and I'm going to look at it later on, and because I want to see like the situation with players. It should be pretty exciting though. Oh man, the Cleveland Browns wasted no time. They put that pick in so quick. It was pretty. Congratulations on the Cleveland Browns putting that pick in super duper quick. And we are watching some kids talk. That's exciting. Oh, nice. This is cool. Things just got real. Props to that. That is awesome. I like how they're involving more fans. I think I'm kind of liking this whole virtual draft kind of concept, except that I'm tired of looking at Roger Goodell's house, and I think he should I don't know, but I'm proud. I'm happy for him. He put a suit on. It's good for him. And who's it going to be? The 10th pick, 2020 NFL Draft. That's good. That's a good safety. That's a good safe. That's another good safe pick. I don't know. I'm kind of getting frustrated that like teams are picking like the safe picks as they can. Like everybody's picking the safe pick, but the Giants. Congratulations, Jared Wills making it to the NFL. He's gonna be a starter day one. I mean, the Browns are addressing the simple fact that they need it. Obviously, I mean, there's nothing wrong with more protection from. There's nothing. More protection from Baker Mayfield. Hey, man, you stole my line. So they're protecting Baker Mayfield. They're also helping out Nick Chubb hop into it and be able to have some more into it. Also, I'm pretty sure like maybe making this draft pick, give this team a lot more confidence that early on they're addressing things that they need, not like they're not taking like a wild card or anything like that. Baker was sacked 40 times last season, so this should be able to help it out and to give Nick Chubb a little more room to give him a little more room to run, to give him more room to run. Maybe I should have another sip of the beer. But it weighs only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs because we watch our how much our beer intake. Shout out to all the beer drinkers, which is for the day into it. I think this is a good pick. I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't be like. I mean, he did play with Kyler Murray. He did play. Oh, the kid. Talking about Jared Wills, he is from Alabama, so he did play not Kyler Murray, but he did play with Tua. And so this guy can protect, and he going to Alabama. Alabama probably has the best when it comes to picking out O lines. I would definitely pick any player that came from Alabama. They're usually all of their O lines are safe picks and everything else. The New York Jets are next on the clock, and we are 10 picks in. All the way on pick number 11, we have one viewer into it. We might keep the live stream going for a couple more minutes, but if nobody hops into it, then I'm going to cancel it out because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm getting kind of hungry and I got some really good food at home. So, and more commercials into it. So we're going to just cut the volume off. Oh man. So over and under for the Browns. The Browns were having like a pretty high expectations, having Chubb, having OBJ, having Jarvis Landry, Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett. Still, we should be talking more about Myles Garrett, except with what he did to the Pittsburgh QB, whatever his name was. I forget his name, but Myles Garrett, like I'm pretty sure his suspension should be over. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see the status. What's happening for the status of it? Thank to our only viewer that is watching. I really appreciate your support. So he is reinstated, and honestly, he should be pretty pissed. Not pissed, but in a sense, he should be motivated to come back into the league and come back to like doing what he loves or what he's getting paid for, doing his job into it. I know that he's reinstated. I wonder if they're going to drop any more like suspensions on him. He already missed from like game 10 to 11 into it. But I think when it comes to like any sport, you have to always keep your composure. But that's a situation that I did not even want to comment in. I wasn't there or anything like that. A lot of the details, there's always three sides to every story. There's his side, there's their side, and there's also the truth into it. Maybe one day we'll come and find out what happened to it. Maybe coming into it. And yeah, man. So far we just watching the NFL draft into it. Thank you guys all for watching on the recap as well. I think I get more viewership on the recaps than I do on the live stream themselves. But it should be exciting, anything. And all right, so we got 3 likes, 1 viewer. 35 minutes running on the NFL Draft Reaction 2.0. Pretty exciting enough. And I am starving, to be honest. And make sure that you guys, for those of you guys that are watching right now, make sure that you guys check out our live reaction with Ryan, aka Ryan Talks and Assess. We're probably gonna be doing like a bit of a Zoom meeting for it. We may just drop into it. We'll try not to make it 20 minutes long again, but we'll make no promises. We just have too much fun into it. The Browns. I wonder how the Browns are gonna do. The Jets are on the clock, by the way. Less than 5 minutes left to the Jets pick. The Jets pretty much need everything, but what they really need is for their quarterback and their running backs to stay healthy. I think the Jets are a bit of an underrated team, and whatever kind of polio concept that what's his name caught last year, I think as long as they can stay away from that, as long as he can stay healthy, as long as that team can stay healthy, this should be a pretty good team. The Jets are usually like, I don't know. To me, they're like a half and half team. Like sometimes they just kind of like they're like borderline. Either they have good games or they have really bad games. But at the same time, as long as Sam Darnold is somewhat healthy, I mean, when he came back, they beasted. I'm pretty sure they beat the Cowboys into it, which is, I guess, not a great setting because it's the Cowboys. But at the same time, the point of it is that the Jets have a good team and they really need to, I don't know, get himself an offensive tackle, get himself an O lineman that can protect Sam Darnold so that he doesn't get any hits. Let's look at some of the stats for the Jets for last season when it came to the QB position and just random stuff that could have affected them. And they're going for the best available players into it. So the best available for the Jets right now, Jerry Jeudy is the best available player in the draft right now. And Mekhi Becton is an offensive tackle. That should be the best fit. I like the idea of the best fit because it will help them out. They did only allow 52 sacks, which is pretty good, but you cannot do enough to protect your running game, protect your quarterback. And also maybe like Le'Veon Bell coming back. I'm pretty sure he's coming back to the Jets. Maybe he can get back to what he was when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and maybe that's what they're trying to do. He did lead them in rushing yards for 789 yards, but he only had three touchdowns on the ground, and he had one receiving touchdown. So Le'Veon Bell maybe year two Le'Veon Bell with the Jets, maybe can do a lot more with him. But like I said, that also had a lot to do with the fact that Sam Darnold was injured for a good chunk for kind of what mattered. Like you can't. Like, it sucks when you miss the important games, and when you come back, it's just not the same. It takes time for players to get back into the forms, to get back into the routines of, not just, like, making the right plays, but also reading everything. Like, everything changes from week to week. Jerry Jeudy, maybe he wasn't expecting himself to drop so far into it. Do want to pay attention, or do want to notate that right before they call the draft up. It said the Jets, they don't have Robbie Anderson anymore. So when it comes to it, Jeudy might be looking at it like really freaking out. Oh, they went with the O lineman, with the offensive tackle, to protect Le'Veon Bell, to protect Sam Darnold. I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good pick. Like, there's nothing wrong with protecting Le'Veon Bell, protecting Sam Darnold. So, congratulations. He looks like, damn. I like this. I'm not gonna lie, but I do like this virtual. I think it gives them more of the players to be more comfortable to be at home with their families, like doing what they would be doing, like otherwise, and like showing up to the red carpet of the NFL draft. And then, like, it gives them a little bit more, like, I think it'll be more relaxing to watch the drafts or to be drafted from home. Obviously, I wasn't drafted, but at the same time, they just look a lot more comfortable. They look more like in their element, and also it looks like for them that they're at home with their families. They don't have to put in a fancy jacket on. They don't have to like worry about their styles. I'm sure they might be losing some sponsorship money into it because they may not get the men's warehouse deal for it. But it should be exciting though. For those of you wondering, yep, Ryan never came into the live stream into it. And let's see who's up next. Up next is going to be the Raiders. and Jerry Jeudy, Terry McKinney. You know, the best available player is still Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, the wide receiver. The best fit they're saying for the Raiders is Terry McKinney out of Alabama. And let me go over to the Las Vegas Raiders, not Oakland Raiders anymore. So make sure you don't get them confused or anything. Don't want that to happen at all into it. Um, so the Raiders have, looking at the depth chart for the Raiders, they have Marcus Mariota is the backup. That's going to take over as the starting role for Derek Carr at some point in time. A couple good things for the Raiders is like they are pretty like when it comes to their running backs between Josh Jacobs and Jalen Richard, it gives them like a pretty good set for it. But at the same time, they're really short with the wide receiver position, which will definitely benefit Jerry Jeudy to go into it. The pick is in for the Raiders. The Raiders depth chart, man, they look pretty empty right now. They got Nelson Aguilar, Hunter Renfrow, Tyrell Williams, and Darren Walker as their tight end, and Jason Witten is playing with the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think that it looks a little out there, huh? And maybe did you guys watch the guy pull that? I wonder if that's that's some great product placement right there for him. So he might be able to get a sponsorship over that video. All right, so the pick is in for the Las Vegas Raiders. Can we get him? The Las Vegas Raiders, man, I thought for a second I thought that the Raiders were gonna make it to the playoffs. But they kind of fell short into it. Let me see who's next. The 49ers. We got the 49ers, the Buccaneers. All right, so I'm cutting the live stream after this pick, and then we'll guys to get our recap with Brian tonight. We're probably going to drop a video for the first thing in the morning for it. When it comes to it, so far it's been some good drafts. Definitely, I am going to have to go home and vent to my wife about what the Giants just did. And hopefully she'll understand that it was not right for them to pick to not pick the guy that I wanted to, I guess. I guess that is kind of like the way to do it, I guess. Is it? I don't think that's really a way to say it. But that's like my only questionable pick as of right now. Everybody has been doing a really good job at picking, safe picks with guys that they're going to make an impact right away. Not saying that Andrew Thomas is not going to do it. But I don't know. I think it might be a good thing for them to rely on Daniel Jones. And like I said, it's a deep draft. Plus, the NFL draft is like 3 days, which is pretty exciting for some people. I'm pretty sure they have to do their research and everything else and who to draft. So right now, Justin Herbert has been my most surprise pick so far, but probably the pick that may go underrated may be a pretty good pick for the Chargers. The pick for the Raiders is in. And let's see it. Over here dying. Get it, man. We got it. Las Vegas Raiders. The 12th pick. 2020 NFL draft. The Raiders pick. Henry Ruggs, wide receiver out of Alabama, just got picked for it. Congratulations. So definitely the Raiders going to fill up what they need the most, which is the wide receiver position. Completely entirely makes sense. Congratulations to Henry Ruggs. I'm into it. And with that pick, I am going to end the live stream right now unless anybody objects. Hope you guys all have a great day. And thank you guys for watching the Last Sports Live Draft Pick. I am going to go get something to eat because I am officially and entirely starving. And it should be pretty exciting stuff. You guys have a great night. Be safe out there. Stay corona free.